is up, Moto friends? Today we are riding the Z. Got a couple of mods done. I didn't really get to tell the story of this bike. It was kind of a last minute thing. You know, my best friend rides a Honda Grom, and he wanted me to film him riding it. And we went up to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and did a little bit of filming, and I hated just being in the truck. Like, I wanted to be on the bike. I wanted my own bike. But the thing is I've never owned a bike before. Like, ever. Like, I haven't ridden a bike since I was 12 years old. And that was just a little 50cc, and I rode it up and down a dirt road a few times, and that was it. That's the extent of my motorcycle riding. Now, I've had, you know, plenty of four-wheelers over the years, but not anything with a clutch and not anything on two wheels. It was always a three-wheeler or four-wheeler. Actually, kind of wish they'd bring three-wheelers back, to be honest. But anyway, so we got to looking, and I didn't really have any money to throw down on a bike. I couldn't just go buy one outright, but Kawasaki had this deal going. If you got good credit, which I do, you could finance a brand new Z125 for $50 a month. Now, it ended up coming up to like 58, but that was zero down, $58 a month. So I was like, you know what, I can afford that. And we were going to film the whole thing. We were going to film driving down there, and we were going to film the dealership and talking to the dealers and all that. But the problem was we went to a local dealer, and the local dealer was clueless. Like, they had two of the bikes there, and they didn't even know what they were. I walk in the dealership, I'm like, hey, do you have any Z125s? And the guy's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, oh, really? And I thought, well, they must not have any. And I walk around the corner, and he's standing right next to one. And he has no idea. He's the salesman for Kawasaki Texarkana. He has no idea what a Z125 is. I don't know. It just seemed pretty ridiculous to me. But I wasn't going to buy a bike from somebody that didn't know anything about it. So we called up the dealer in Hot Springs, since we'd just been there anyway. And they're a much bigger dealer, and they have a lot more bikes and a lot more gear, and really just completely, totally nice people. Like, I would recommend them to anyone. I'm totally glad that I drove 2 hours to get there. It was worth it because of the service. And not only that, but like when I went to Texarkana, I said, you know, I'm a new rider. What's the chances if I pay full price, you could throw in a helmet? They said, absolutely not. So when I called Hot Springs, before I even got down there and proved to them that I had the money or that I could buy this bike, they were like, yeah, sure, we'll give you a helmet, no problem. And I even picked the most expensive helmet on the shelf, and they were still like, that's totally cool. So if you're in or around Hot Springs, Arkansas, and you want to buy one of these, they still have a gray one. I bought the only green one, but they still have a gray one. And if you're not financing it, I believe it's on sale. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to do with this channel. I kind of had this idea for not a Grom around the time I decided to buy a Kawasaki. And I just thought, that's a really great idea. I can't believe nobody's ever used that name before. This is going to be not just a moto vlog, but an auto vlog. And the reason I call it that is I'm not always going to be on my bike. Like I said, I'm a novice. I'm still learning. I mean, I can obviously ride this little road here pretty well, but this is just right down the road from my house. You know, I feel comfortable on it. I don't really feel comfortable going any farther than that. But over time, I will. Damn it. It was the first time today. There we go. Anyway, so this is going to be more of a travel vlog than a moto vlog. We're going to travel from place to place, probably Dallas, Austin, various parts of Arkansas. We may run up and into the mountains and try to ride the Dragon. That's a goal eventually. Now, it's definitely going to take a lot more skill for me, but I'm sure Brandon can handle the Dragon just fine. When I refer to the Dragon, I'm referring to the one in Central Arkansas. There's one in Central Arkansas, and I believe there's one in North Carolina. They both have the same name, but they're both basically the exact same thing. They're just a really long, curvy ride that all the motorcycles go and ride on. So some of the videos will be on the bike, some of the videos will be in the truck, some of the videos may even be on foot. It just kind of depends. I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going to go with this channel just yet. But I do have all the gear, and once I get really good on this thing, we can do a whole lot more. I posted a video on the Kawasaki Z125 Pro USA Facebook group, and everybody liked it, and they were like, oh, this is totally good enough for YouTube, but I didn't really feel like it was. So I've been waiting for the sun to shine and for a weekday when there's nobody out here on these roads so that I could record a proper vlog. But if you're a Z125 owner and you want to see the original video, or if you just want to mingle and talk to other owners, I highly recommend joining the Facebook group. It's Kawasaki Z125 Pro USA. I believe it's the only one with that title. Today turned out to be a great day to ride. Beautiful skies, not too hot, not too cold. Also got these new gloves in, and these guys here, and these new mirrors. I hated the Z125 mirrors. Like, you couldn't see anything. All I could ever see was my chest or under my armpit, and even then you still had to like move around a lot to even see anything. It's just horrible design. Whereas these, they're smaller, but they're wider. They stick out over the handlebar, which is perfect. Also, as a new rider, I had somebody recommend a book to me, and I'm not a book reader. Like, I don't recall ever reading an entire book since high school. And when the guy recommended the book to me, I thought, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, I might look at it, you know, at a magazine store and not actually buy it, and not actually read it. But I did buy it. I got it on Amazon for like 10 bucks. It's the digital version. So it's not a hard copy, but you know, on Sundays or when it's raining or whatever, I can just sit on my computer and, you know, pop through a few pages. And because it was 10 bucks, you know, I decided, well, might as well try to read it. And I did, or I started to. I'm about 50 pages in. It's about 300 pages. I have to recommend it to anybody, whether you've been riding for a day or you've been riding for 30 years. I would read it even then. I've learned a lot from the book. It's called Proficient Motorcycling. It's a bestseller. You look it up on Amazon. It's great so far. I've learned a lot of things just in that first 50 pages, and I definitely think everyone should read it. I'm going to make Brandon read it. He just doesn't know that yet. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for me today. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time.